This is a man who put his life in danger so that others could live in peace.
For Dan, it was never about Dan. It was about what could he do to rescue you.
Dan thought he was Batman. And in a way, he really was.
More than 2,000 people packed an auditorium. They then lined the streets of Albuquerque to give a final farewell to an officer killed in the line of duty. Albuquerque Police Officer Daniel Webster. News 13's Gabrielle Burkhart starts off our team coverage tonight live downtown. Gabrielle.
Law enforcement from across the country, family, friends, even complete strangers packed the Kiva Auditorium this morning. We heard about Officer Webster's life from those who knew him best.
He gave honor to our profession.
Fellow law enforcement, veterans, the citizens he swore to protect surrounded Albuquerque police officer Daniel Webster's flag-draped casket. Nearly 2 weeks after he was shot during a traffic stop, thousands filed into the Kiva Auditorium downtown.
Dan would be overwhelmed right now.
For the first time, we heard from Officer Webster's wife, Michelle, a Bernalillo County Sheriff's deputy.
Dan thought he was Batman. And in a way, he really was. He really loved his job in protecting people.
She says her husband was also funny and loved making her laugh.
He'd always wanted to be in Albuquerque because the department was always on cops.
But jokes aside, she says her husband was a leader with a servant's heart. Webster served 20 years in the Army as a Ranger. He won a leadership award in the Academy and Officer of the Year with APD in 2013.
He demonstrated an attitude of caring and courage.
Officer Ed Taylor worked with Webster in the Southeast Area Command.
I've never worked with somebody with the strength and pride for his job that he has.
The 47-year-old was also a son, a father to 3 girls. Officer Webster's death united a community, one he served so well.
I love you, honey, and you'll always be my knight in shining armor, my shotgun rider. Rest easy, my love. We will take it from here.
Officer Webster's wife thanked fellow law enforcement in the community for the outpourings of support, especially those in the hospital in the week that doctors and nurses tried to save her husband's life. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Gabby.
Today, Governor Susana Martinez praised Officer Webster for his service to the country and to Albuquerque.
This is a man who put his life in danger so that others could live in peace.
The governor thanked everyone who sent cards and well wishes during the officer's stay in the ICU. Martinez then told his widow she was sorry she had to lose the love of her life.
Albuquerque's mayor spoke about how during a difficult time the city has come together.
We are a city that cares for each other. We are a city that loves each other, and we love our police officers.
Mayor Berry went on to say there was no better example of sacrifice and common good than Officer Webster.
Hundreds of people put up signs throughout Albuquerque. Some even stood outside for hours just to get a glimpse of the procession and to pay last respects to the fallen officer. News 13's Lizzie Mitri continues our coverage live outside APD headquarters. Lizzie.
Jessica, after the memorial service, Officer Webster was honored here with his final dispatch call.
Officer Daniel Webster, do you copy?
Silence outside the Albuquerque police station as Officer Daniel Webster got his last call today.
It is with heavy hearts we are broadcasting the passing of Officer Daniel Webster.
A long line of patrol cars traveled a 17-mile route with Officer Webster, passing people of all ages, honoring him along the way.
I thought it was really sad that he died so I wanted to be here.
It was amazing to see how many people showed up.
People dressed in blue, carrying flags and putting up posters.
Yeah, Steve, I'm not there. I had to walk the 5th graders over to do something here downtown.
St. Mary's Elementary School students even did some decorating surrounding APD headquarters.
All right.
With messages in memory of the fallen officer.
It's important to think about what they do for us every day.
Others waited as the procession moved north on I-25. It stretched for miles.
We have a banner out here on the overpass. We're up here to support our fallen brother on the police force.
People lined up, waiting just for a glimpse as Officer Webster was taken to a Rio Rancho cemetery.
Officer Daniel Webster, for your final assignment, respond to the Vista Verde Memorial Park.
Leaving their gloves and badges with their brother in blue, officers said their final goodbye.
You will be missed and never forgotten.
We spoke with one of the officers who organized and led the procession today. He described Officer Webster as a gentle giant, a large man, always with a smile. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Lizzie.
Police officers came to the funeral today from all across the country. They were part of the honor guard coming from Las Vegas, Nevada, Arapahoe County, Colorado, and as far away as New York City. They say they'll travel anywhere, anytime to support a brother in blue. The officers from Las Vegas donated a wooden plaque to the fallen officer as a personal tribute. It says, "Our brother, our hero." A 4-year-old boy had a spinal tap and chemo this morning, but even that didn't stop him from coming out to honor Officer Webster.
We stopped and I talked to him about it, and it was something he wanted to do.
Jason Garcia's mother says he suffers from leukemia and is part of APD's Hero Academy. Little Jason loves police, and the department recently welcomed him into their junior academy. He says that's why he just had to show up for Officer Webster's procession.
He did, and he didn't complain, and he didn't want to go home. He stayed there the whole time.
Jason's parents are corrections officers, and that may be where he gets his love for cops.
Students at Alameda Elementary hung signs on the school's fence for the procession to see on its way to Rio Rancho. They read, "God bless you on your journey, and we love you and respect you." One was the simple blue line we've seen all week, symbolizing Officer Webster's life lost in the line of duty.
And we posted the entire service and procession, as well as photos from today's memorial service and Officer Webster's final dispatch. You can find them all on our KRQE app.